Hello everybody, it's 444RR with the next video of the 365 Day Magic Challenge. I do want to say first off, this is the new angle I'm trying because I want to be able to see the trick and get me in the shot and everything. So we'll see how this works. You get a rare glimpse of the magic storage bin over here too. But today is a really great trick. This is a good one for mentalists. But if you're not a mentalist, I'm going to give my full review on it. But this is a really good trick for mentalists. Whoops, don't break my glass there. Now, first I want to show you the glass. It has a silk inside of it. The glass could be empty, but I wanted the silk inside of it so you can see the glass and all that great stuff. Okay. And it also involves this little piece of wood. This is a timber, as some people call it. And I'm going to try to take the timber and use what we call in mentalism telekinesis, which is the ability to move things with your mind. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not, but if I can, I'm going to be able to move some object with my mind. Sometimes telekinesis can also be used to do spoon bending or make things levitate and float. But I'm going to try to move something. Now, some telekinesis people who do this will move things across the table or make like a salt shaker go halfway across the table to themselves. But we're going to try something with this little small setup here. Now, the first thing I want to show you is the glass is a real glass. Like I say, it has a silk inside of it, but that's just so you can see it easier. Because if I move away, it's kind of hard to see against the Magic Shop set. I have a timber, and I have a case. Now, the case is nothing. The case is a normal case, and you might have seen this in some of my other videos. And the glass is real, the timber is real. I have no wires or magnets on me, so this is that. If I do this, it's going to be moving the timber with my mind. The case has nothing to do with it. There's no magnets on the case or wires on the case. There's no wires on me. There's no wires anywhere in this room. So this is going to be moving it with my mind if I get this to work. Now I'm going to get 2 chances to try to move the timber with my mind. So we'll see. Now it might take me a minute to get the old senses warmed up here and get my telekinesis juice flowing. But if I do this, you got to admit, it's going to be really cool. So let's see if I can do this. Okay, I'm going to set the timber up, and as soon as I do, I'm going to walk back here, so that way I'm not anywhere close to the timber. All right, so here we go. I'm going to set this timber up. I'm going to see if this thing works. All right, so I'm going to set this up just like that, and I'm going to scooch back here, and I'm going to get 2 chances to try to make this timber fall. All right, here we go. I'm going to warm up my hands and warm up my mind. I think we're good. Mind is nice and warmed up, and I'm ready to make this timber fall. All right, here comes the first one. This is chance number 1. All right, here we go. Chance number 1 didn't work. Oh! There, delayed reaction. Yes, it worked. Very cool. And that was a little delayed reaction there. I haven't done telekinesis in a while, so it takes the mind a little bit there to make it fall. All right, so this is the Haunted Timber. It's called the Antique Haunted Timber, and it's a... I'm going to give an honest review on this trick. I don't love the trick, actually. I got it. Magic Geek got it in stock. And when they got it in stock, I was like, I have to add this in my show. It is really, really cool. It looks really, really good. Well, when I got it, it hasn't been working correctly. This is actually my second one. My first one, I said to Magic Geek, I think the trick's defective. And I showed a video to Chris Ballandro, and he's like, yikes, I think it is. I sent it back. He tested it out and said, no, you're just not doing the secret properly. You're not doing it. You're not doing the move you need to do. I call it a move. I don't want to give anything away. The move that you need to do, you're not doing it correctly, I don't think. So I'm going to send you another one out, and we're going to help you learn the trick. So, you know, I got it, and they said, try it out for yourself, see if it works. No, so they helped me, and now I can get it to where it falls every time. You might run into that problem, though. If you don't do the move 100% correct, your timber is not going to fall. It can't even be done 99% correct. It has to be done 100% correctly. If it's only done 99% correctly, it's not going to fall. It has to be done 100% correctly each and every time for it to fall. With that being said, when it does fall and you really play it up as you have this mentalism ability and telekinesis ability, it makes for a stunning visual piece of magic. When you actually have the timber fall and it actually falls and you can get it to fall, it makes a visual awesome piece of magic, because if there really was people here, they could touch your entire body to see that there's no strings or wires or magnets or anything on your body. So it makes a really, really cool piece of magic when you really assure your audience that you're not just moving a wire and you're not pulling a wire and making it fall. It makes for an awesome piece of magic. This actually can get you a lot of tips out on the street. Chris Ballinger talked about this in one of the live chats. He said that, you know, potentially, he hasn't done this on the street, but you could take this trick out on the street and you could do a hat pass, which is where you take a hat. If you don't know what passing the hat is, you can look at my Magician 101 videos, where you take the hat and you pitch for tips, where you pass the hat around. And he says after you do this, you could collect money, and this thing could pay for itself if you play the trick up right and you play it up like you have this big mental ability to do this. So this is I'm going to rate the trick. I don't love it, like I said, because when I first started doing it, before Chris Ballinger really helped me with the trick, I couldn't make it fall at all. But once he helped me with it, and he showed me exactly what to do, this actually, it falls every time now, and I'm really, really excited. It's a great, great trick. Another thing is about the trick, though, if you do buy this, take into account where you're going to perform, because the weather will make your timber either fall quicker or fall slower. If you're performing somewhere where it's cold and it's going to be really, really cold, your timber is going to fall slower, so it's not going to take as long to fall. Or it's going to take longer to fall. If you're performing somewhere where it's really warm and a lot of humidity, your timber is going to fall right after you put it up, and it's going to tip over. Another cool thing about the timber trick is they give you another routine you can do that's actually a lot easier than the leaning up against the glass one. They have you put the timber on top of a glass, you see it wibble and wobble, and then it falls right off, which is really cool as well. But I do like the leaning against the glass one. It looks a lot more visual than wobbling on top of a bottle. They have you do like a martini bottle and you put it on top. It has to be like a martini bottle, and when it wibbles and wobbles, I wasn't a big fan of that, because when I put it on top, it wouldn't really, the instructions say the thing will wibble and wobble and then tip off. What it did was it started moving a little bit, then tipped. I mean, it didn't, you couldn't even see it wobble. So that's what I did. I don't do that one. I do the leaning against the glass one now, because it looks more stunning and more visual, because you have your entire audience just focus on the timber and focus on the glass, and all of a sudden it just goes boom. And it freaks them all out, because like, whoa. So this is a really, honestly, a great trick when you get it working. But the practice on this trick, if you don't do it, like I said, 100% correctly, if you do it 99% correctly, the trick is not going to work. So all I have to say is, if you think you like the trick from what you saw in this demo video and the review, go out and get it, especially if you're a mentalist. You're going to really get a lot of use out of this if you do a lot of mentalism style stuff in your show. But if you're not a mentalist, or maybe you do one mentalism trick in your show, this might not be for you. But check it out, maybe get it. The only thing is the trick is very, very expensive. Now, one other thing about the trick before I end the video is you don't get a glass, you have to get your own glass, you just get the timber. And it's about 70 bucks for the timber, but it's really worth it though when you take it out on the street. I've taken it out once since I got my new one and learned how to get it tipped. And it got a big reaction. I mean, I really didn't, I was performing for a bunch of ages, so it really didn't make a full impact. But it's a great trick nonetheless when you do it out on the street. It's kind of fun to perform. But the glass you can use, I think you can use any kind of glass. In the demo video, Chris Ballinger has a glass like this, and the instructions say to use kind of like a martini wine bottle kind of deal. But as you saw, it tips just fine with this glass, so you can kind of use anything that you want. So this is the Haunted Timber. I gotta say, if it looks good, get it. If not, then, don't worry. Then I would skip on it. But it's a great trick if you do get the tipping to work. So, Haunted Timber, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next 365-day Magic Challenge video.